probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. Hard, like mentally, just trying to learn choreography and all of that. And it's emotional, everybody on there is trying to win and make it the full 10 weeks. And, also challenging within, for a family.
Now we're going into season 3 of your family's Hulu show. 3rd season. What is it like to have that under your belt?
It's wild. I mean, when we first met with our agents and they're like, "Hey, we think you guys would potentially be good for a show about your family," we were like, "Nah, we didn't." And then season 1, then we got picked up for season 2, and now season 3, we're starting to get into our groove. I think you see us feeling more comfortable with the cameras around us and being more vulnerable, and you get to really see what is happening in our lives and all this craziness that's happening with our family.
Yeah, I heard from Charli and Dixie that there are some high highs this season, but also some low lows, some confusion with the family dynamic. Tell me a little bit about that from your perspective.
I think for the longest time, we've been kind of in a bubble from our family living, the 4 of us being so close. And I think it's a lot of normal stuff that we dealt with. Both girls moved out of the house. I think it's going to be very relatable. I think people who are in our situation that had kids going to college and how Heidi's dealing with being a mom and not having to do those things every day. And for me, it's been a big struggle because my whole identity, aside from business, has been a dad and being able to protect my kids and take care of them, and to have 2 kids that have their own house and are financially stable. And it took me a while and to realize I'm still their dad and I'm still wanted and I'm still loved, and you get to see that. And I think it'll be relatable to a lot of people out there, especially a lot of dads.
Yeah. And what about you, Heidi? I mean, that's a tough transition for anyone.
Yeah, it's, I'm still learning and figuring it out. I'm very lucky to have, I have 3 older sisters who've kind of launched their kids, and I have a lot of friends that are in the same situation. So I listen, I take a lot of advice from the women in my life about just, how to parent adult children, but we all work together and they are, financially independent and live on their own. So, it's a little bit of like hearing from other moms that what I'm feeling and going through is normal, but also, we have a lot of eyeballs on us, and that side of it is new, and we're trying to figure it out as we go along. But, I think the 4 of us have gotten really good at communicating and saying what we need and what we want and how we want to be supported. So I think just being a good listener a lot of times has been super helpful for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I know in the trailer, Heidi, we get to see a little bit of how the Dancing with the Stars journey affected both you and Charli. Tell me a little bit about how that was. I mean, I can't imagine that was easy.
It was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. Hard, like mentally, just trying to learn choreography and all of that. And it's emotional, everybody on there is trying to win and make it the full 10 weeks. And, also challenging within, for our family we're see each other and are together every day. And so to be sort of, Charli and I were, rehearsing and doing that, and Marc and Dixie were hanging out. And so it was the first time we ever experienced anything like that, because we're always together. So it was hard, but I was doing this and Charli was doing this. So we couldn't really manage the relationships properly because we were so invested in what we were doing. So once that was over, I had so much growth personally doing Dancing with the Stars. So when I came out, I felt much better about, communicating and how do we get back or get better than what we were? And, you know, it wasn't easy, but we all wanted the same thing. We all had the same goal. We all want to be a tight family who supports each other. And so I think keeping our eye on that, and that was the prize. We all put the work in to get there.
And it sounds like from my conversation with the girls that you're at a really solid place now as a family. Am I right?
Yeah, no, we totally are.
Like, wait, why did you answer?
No, I kind of want people to watch the show, so no.
Yeah.
We're in, whoa.
Yeah.
wait till you see what goes on. Yeah, we're always. I mean, we're in a solid place, but I do think it's interesting to watch what we're doing, especially like at our age. We get very set in our ways and very stable and very comfortable. And this whole thing has the negative is it through our lives and turn our lives upside down. But the positive is at our age, we don't really have those growth moments. And this is one of those times that we really I had to reflect on myself, because when I kind of thought I had everything all figured out, and you realize, well, no, you can continue to grow throughout your life and continue to learn, and that's what I took out of it. And I think I think I was a really good husband and father prior to this, and I think I'm an even better father and husband now. So,
well, I can't wait to watch all of you go on this journey in season 3, and I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me today.